We're here at Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge down here on the feeding prep area, and Scott Smith is going to tell us a little bit about how they get their meat for the cats and what their process is for getting it from frozen to thawed to fed to the cats.
All right, hello everyone, I'm Scott. This is our meat trailer, we call it, our meat wagon. And most of our meat's brought to a cold storage area 25 miles from here with semi-trucks. And then we go pick it up about 12,000 pounds at a time. And this is the trailer we pull with our truck. And we've made some adaptations. It's a weird looking custom built trailer because it does have to haul so much weight, but we can't have it too much weight. So it holds exactly 6 pallets. And that's about 12,000 pounds of meat. So they bring it in here and they load it out of here. There's a ramp right here. Take this ramp here, heavy duty semi-truck type stuff, and they pull the pallets out one at a time on a pallet jack. They'll put it on one of these pallet jacks, and they move it right straight into the freezer. So I'll show you in the freezer. I bet you, hope your camera doesn't fog up.
That is a massive freezer.
Yeah, this freezer, we can store 100,000 pounds of meat in this freezer. So the first part's a refrigerator. I'll explain that in a second. And this part's definitely a freezer. It's set at about 15 degrees. And we bring in the meat. It's frozen rock solid. So all we have to do is keep it frozen. So we got a lot of poultry. I do see beef over here. Our cats have been eating whole beef tenderloins, pretty neat, and a lot of other meat. We got chicken. We got chicken with bone in, like leg quarters and thighs and wings. And then we have a lot of breast fillet, which is for older cats that have problem digesting the bones. So we feed them boneless meat, and then we supplement with all the vitamins they need, the calcium and everything that would have been in the bones. So the meat is stored and kept freezing here, and then so they take what they need out of the frozen meat. We move it out here, and each one of these blue bins is 1 day worth of meat.
And we are now out of the freezer and into the refrigerator area.
Yeah, the front part is a refrigerator area, and you can see that they got dates on each one of these bins, and this meat is thawing. It's starting to thaw, but the thawing process is rather slow. So in here we've got each row is 1 day, so they got 6 days in here of meat in different varying stages of thawing. You see over here, this is thawed and ready to feed. And over here is frozen, and it's all being rotated every day. It rotates around, they pull that one out, they rotate them, just like you would in any freezer or your own freezer at home. And we get it thawed out good, and then we can feed it to the cats. So every day, here in a little bit actually, we might catch them coming down. So I gotta have sunglasses on, if it's sunny out. In case there's an intelligent animal, put the board there. And then they'll take those blue bins they're on wheels, and we'll roll them over here. And this is what we call our commissary.
Wow, this is huge and pristine clean. Wow.
Yeah, for all the meat that's processed here, it's amazing that our staff and interns do keep it really clean in here. We sprayed it with foam. We put a heater in, so when it's really cold days, the interns aren't down here in this metal building and it's 10 degrees. So we try to heat it at least to 40, so that they can work with cold meat with their hands, with gloves or not. They can get pretty cold. So they'll bring that meat in, and they can bring it over here to this table where they can weigh the meat. It goes up to 11 pounds, but they weigh the meat based on our vet's checks. Every week she goes over their diets, and that's why we got all these crazy numbers on this board over there. Like here's some cat's Jake. He's got 1 pound of meat. He's a little tiny guy, And then you got somebody on that list. Rain's getting 8 pounds a day. Simba's getting 10. Jagger, he's hungry. He's getting 13 pounds of meat a day. And Robbie's a big old guy. He's getting 14 pounds of meat a day. And even Spike, he's a little guy. He's getting 3.5. So she raises it by half-pound increments until she hones in on that animal's body weight and what it should be. maybe I should have her doing that for me. That's what I told her. It might work out. But then they bring the meat in those blue bins thawed, and you can see, like here's a food bowl just for Harley. Harley eats out of this same bowl every day. And of course, Harley is a bear, so this could be full of vegetables, this one, or meat, or anything for him. You never know day by day. Whatever Benny Keith brings us. So they process their meat, they weigh them out per cat based on the chart here. They'll stick the meat in here, and these racks will sit here, and it'll further come to room temperature. Now, room temperature on any given day here might be different, but if it comes out of the refrigerator, and if there's any cold at all, then they sit in these racks for 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours, and then they're brought out and fed to the animals one at a time. And so you can see that we've got everything broken down into sections. Of course, different groups of staffs and interns will work with different sections. And if you're an intern here, you will spend 9 weeks, I believe it is, 9 weeks in each section. So every intern here rotates from section to section, and they'll always have a senior staff person working with them. So they get the meat that they need for their section. They're stored in these racks, and they got, even in the racks, say section 1 on it, so they know to come and get their meat, and they load it in the back of a pickup truck and drive it around to the individual places. And we have a very specific way that we give the meat, the bowl, to the cat, and we've designed a very safe bowl that has a protector from the cat, so there's no way that cat's going to get your hand while you're sliding that meat in if you're following protocols. So that's why we have, always worrying and making sure that we have the best safety intact here.